My name is Yao Guang. I'm 17 this year. That day, an imperial decree burst into our courtyard, shattering my peaceful life.
Yao Guang received the decree. Yao Guang, a gentle, kind, and beautiful commoner, is named Empress and will enter the palace on an auspicious day by imperial command.
My parents knelt, their heads hitting the ground. Trembling, they told me to accept the decree and give thanks. But I just stared at the ants, not looking up, and calmly said, "Take it back. I won't accept it." The eunuch was terrified and reminded me that defying a decree is a crime punishable by execution of 9 generations. Hearing this, my mother gasped and collapsed into my father's arms. "Tell him anyone can be empress. I'm not interested."
You're crazy! That's the emperor! It's John Feng!
John Feng. That name was like a needle, suddenly piercing my heart. John Feng, my childhood friend. We've known each other since we were kids playing in the mud. His father was an old blacksmith who died in a forging accident. His mother followed soon after, leaving only the dilapidated shop next door and him all alone. My mother, being soft-hearted, had me bring him a bowl of multigrain porridge. He didn't move, so I picked up the chopsticks and forced them into his hand. "If you starve to death, who will burn offerings for your parents?" He glanced at me with a look that didn't belong to a child. Then he grabbed the bowl and devoured it, porridge getting all over his face. From then on, there was an extra set of chopsticks at our table and a silent shadow in our lives. When summer came, I dragged him to the river at the village entrance to catch fish. "John Feng, over here. There's a big fish blowing bubbles over here."
Hey, Yao Guang, catch! Over here!
That was the first time I saw him smile. His white teeth flashed and his face finally showed some life. Days flowed by slowly like that river at the village entrance. He took over his father's old shop and the clanging of the hammer rang out once more. The villagers teased him.
Blacksmith make a good hoe. Don't make it a one-hit wonder like your father.
He just swung his hammer in silence, sparks flying everywhere. Only I knew that the sickles he made cut wheat effortlessly, and his wood axes never dulled on hard timber. That year, a locust plague hit the village. Swarms of insects devoured all the crops and tree bark. Hunger. People's eyes were turning green from starvation. People started dying, first the elderly, then the children. My mother pushed the last half bowl of bran porridge to John Feng and me. He stared at the watery porridge, his Adam's apple bobbing. He suddenly stood up and grabbed his blacksmith's hammer from the floor. "Where are you going?"
Into the mountains.
"There are wolves and bears in there."
It's better than starving.
He pried my hands away with terrifying strength. Without looking back, he plunged into the darkening forest. That night, I sat on the threshold with my knees hugged, listening to the wind howl like ghosts, my heart in my throat. At dawn, John Feng returned, limping on an injured leg, carrying a wild boar on his shoulder. He dropped the meat heavily in the yard, his face deathly pale. Gasping for air, he pulled a cloth bundle from his shirt and handed it to me. With trembling hands, I opened it to find several bright red wild peaches. I held those blood-stained peaches, my tears falling onto the back of my hand. That boar meat saved half the village. It took nearly 6 months for John Feng's leg to heal. He kept forging and remained silent, but the way he looked at me changed. It was like embers buried in a hearth, seemingly dark, but ready to flare up at the slightest touch. I don't remember when it started, but matchmakers began visiting. My mother listened happily while I fed the chickens, pretending not to care. But I could hear John Feng's hammer, each strike heavier and more urgent than the last. That evening, he came to my house.
Yao Guang,
Yeah?
don't marry, wait for me.
Wait for what?
Wait for me to give you white rice every meal.
I can eat my fill now.
It's not enough, I want to be my best.
Next spring, war broke out at the border. A conscription notice appeared at the village entrance. John Feng signed up with the village head. When he left, I ran to the village entrance to see him off. "John Feng, come back alive."
I promise.
"Keep your word."
I will. Yao Guang, wait for me to come back and marry you.
3 years passed and there was no word from him. Some said he died in the frozen north, others said he deserted and was shot down by an arrow. I kept his blacksmith shop, wiping the dust off his anvil and hammer for him. My parents sighed and tried to arrange a marriage for me, but I refused them all. In the spring of the 4th year, the war ended. News of victory reached the village, and it was decorated like New Year's. But no one remembered the poor blacksmith who was conscripted. The spark in my heart slowly faded. Mother, do as you see fit. On the day the matchmaker joyfully visited again, the sound of hooves echoed. A troop of cavalry in bright armor with shining weapons arrived outside my courtyard gate.
Is there a lady Yao Guang here?
My lord, my daughter is named Yao Guang.
I, General Zhu Ying, come to escort Her Highness to the palace.
Her Highness? Escort? I stood there frozen as if struck by lightning. With a wave of Zhu Ying's hand, heavy rosewood chests were carried in. When opened, the gold was blinding. Silks and satins made my head spin, and pearls and agates were piled like worthless stones.
These are the betrothal gifts from His Majesty. Please depart at once, Your Highness.
I looked at the dazzling wealth, then at my old clothes drying and the plain wood-chopping knife in the corner. I stared at Zhu Ying and asked, "Have you seen John Feng?"